the reason I brought up all the Atrioc stuff is this was why I was like the tea is because today I've been texting his wife. Oh. And I had to tell his wife that I'm no longer interested in having any sort of relationship with either of them. Because what do you do? What do you do? What do you do?
Is there a route back for them? Or?
I don't know. I think what's frustrating is because I had to do. It's just like it's so anger inducing because like the first thing he did was go live and apologize to his stream. He didn't apologize to any of the women. He apologized to the fucking stream, and it's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, that apology was definitely a Marketing Monday L.
Definitely emotional. You know, he's thinking, and it's hard because we've been friends with this guy for years, and I'm
not
just
good marketing.
Can I ask a really difficult question?
Yeah.
This is a very human question.
That's fine.
Right?
I like
this is
being
kind
human.
of like a Christ-like. Does sin happen in the mind or does it happen in the action? If Atrioc had jerked off to the thought of these women or to their like Instagram,
dude, I don't know.
Is it as bad as the act of actively pursuing deepfake porn?
Yes, it's worse when you pursue deepfake porn. 100%.
Yeah, I would say yes.
Yeah, it's definitely worse. But we could call my dad. He's in the bishopric if you want. You could tell him. Imagine. He'd be like,
a very difficult ethical question about deepfake porn.
No. I think again, like I said, I think I could forgive if he would have like called me on a Tuesday and he's like, hey, I looked at this 3 weeks ago. I'm so sorry. I think I could find a place and like I could forgive him for that. But the problem is that the platform and the wildfire that it spread is just like, it feels so unrepairable at this point. And also me being like I jump in, I want to fix stuff. So I jump into action, even though I'm crying. I get all these girls that were as many as I could. And I'm like DMing them, asking if they're okay. And I'm telling Atrioc, I'm like, I know this company because I used to pay a company that cleans the websites for photos of you. Yeah. And I'm like, I said to him, I said, you are paying for every single girl to get clean. I said, I'm like, you're doing it. You're paying for it.
Cost?
80 to 100K.
You have that kind of bread?
I don't care.
God damn.
That's how I feel. I genuinely don't care because he caused the harm. He has to fix it. But the problem is like, finally I got to this point and then like, you know, he apologizes and he sends me an apology. I said, why the fuck are you apologizing to me? You haven't apologized to Pokey. You haven't apologized to Maya. And I said, why the fuck do I keep telling you what to do? This is like, you can't say you're sorry if you're not doing fucking anything without me telling you to do it. Like, I'm done. I can't keep helping you. This is crazy.
I mean, devil's advocate, I agree with everything you say.
Yeah.
He never intended to be the typhoid Mary of deepfake.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course.
He didn't want to be this guy.
Here we go.
I think
here we go into the classic intent versus execution conversation.
Yeah.
This is such a big conversation these days, especially on the internet. And like, we know how law looks at it. But like, we're still very much all exploring.
No, fuck the law. We're talking about morality of the situation.
No, I know that, but we're all very much exploring together, like this idea of like intent versus execution. What's the split?
I think intent only matters. Well, they both matter when it comes to restitution, like when it comes to acknowledgement of what you've done. And if you truly are someone who is better than your actions or in your weakest moments, I think they're both important from the perspective of like, what can you do to make the situation better? How can you offer restitution to the victims? How can you undo some of the harm that you've caused, whether intentionally or unintentionally?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that's it.
I think it's nice because he could have just said no, he wasn't going to pay it, right? He could have said that. So at least he's going to pay it. But it's just like, it's so frustrating to have to be like, okay, so now I want to sue the guy. So I've talked to 3 different lawyers trying to figure out how to sue the guy. They're telling me not worth your time. Fuck. So now the only thing that I can do is try to create legislation. So now I have to meet with my state legislator to try to get a bill passed and all this stuff.
I'm working on that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I found my state legislator. I'm going to get a
not
thing
through
set up.
your state legislator, but because in California, deepfake porn is already illegal.
Oh, really?
Yes. In Virginia and California, deepfake porn is already illegal. I am talking to AOC right now about it.
I could cry. That's so sick.
I think the other thing
about what federal legislation?
Yeah, like what can be done through the legislative body.
I think the other thing, and this kind of goes without saying, but we do have a younger audience. If you are a young man, if you have questions about this shit, listen to women and see the real impact that it has on real people, and try and remove yourself from the parasocial element of it, and listen to these people and listen to them tell you that it's harmful, And it's not. Don't listen to the takes out there that they're public people. Blah blah blah. Listen to the women that it actually affects, and you'll learn a lot.
I think the really hard thing about it is like the reason I went live crying was because I get that so often. People being like, "Why does it affect them?" I'm like, "Let me fucking show you." I'm also the last person who wants to hate this guy. I'm the last person who wants to dislike him. He is one of my boyfriend's best friends. He's only ever been so kind to me. I love spending time around him. If anything, I'm ostracizing myself more from my boyfriend's friends because now I don't want to be around him. I don't want to hate this guy. I really don't. I've loved him for years at this point. I'm devastated, and it's like, what do you want me to do though? Like, how do you move on from that? I don't know. And maybe 8 months from now, emotions settle and something, but I don't see it happening. It's just like, I just can't believe the shit that it's caused. Like, it's just so much.
It's been a big story for the past.
It's like infidelity. Even if you forgive someone, it's going to live in your mind.
Well, yeah. And the interesting thing is there's all these media outlets that reached out to all of the girls involved saying, hey, do you want to do an interview? A lot of the girls are like, I don't want to do an interview because I don't want to further the narrative that I'm a part of this. That makes sense. But also without us doing interviews, without more political outcry, then you don't get bills, you don't get legislation passed because politicians don't have the motivation, right?
Right.
So it's like I'm sitting here and I'm looking at this double-edged sword. Okay, I can take all interviews, and they're very well-known media outlets that are asking to interview me, and I have like 12 interviews that they want me to do. I mean, I can take all of these and I can further my name in this, or I could just get it to shut the fuck up and stop the Streisand effect and stop people from doing it. Like, just shut up. I could just shut up.
And when it's almost impossible to like take every website down, you have to make that calculation in your mind where you're like, do I really want to keep promoting this concept even so that other people are motivated to make more?